Good afternoon, my friends. It is 4:05, and I'm only got here for a few minutes because I'm taking my lunch. So I'll be eating while I'm talking to you. Well, the shit has finally hit the fan. If you're a subscriber of anybody here on YouTube that covers this a lot more than me, there's a lot of crap going down right now. The Houthis fired on a ship on us, I think in the Black Sea, at a U.S. ship. And then I think we retaliated and did something. America is getting ready to put military vehicles in Jordan. So there's a lot of movement going on right now. They're doing drills down in Southern California. Who knows what that's all about? There's no more ands, ifs, or buts. It's now. And if you don't have any of your stuff together that you think you might need, you're going to be out of luck. When this starts completely, I don't know, but it's sure coming. So, I can hear the planes overhead. Fighter planes, but they're really slow. I'm telling you, my friends, a lot of crap coming down. And I'm going to tell you this. This is not really a testimony, but this is something that happened to me. And I told you guys this a long time ago on a different video. I don't consider myself a very church-going religious person, but I do believe a lot of the book itself. When I was about 12 years old, I was in a church with my aunt and uncle. And this vision came to me. And basically the vision was that I was going to be alive to see at least the beginning of what end times are. Well, here it is. And it doesn't mean that in 50, 60, 100 years the world itself is gone. It just means that the people on it, it's going to be a different world. It's going to be so crazy, there won't be anything that you're ever used to if you're young enough to be alive then. Ezekiel 38, Psalm 93, all unfolding right there in front of you. Eventually, remember, this is going to happen, and who knows when, but there is going to be a treaty drawn up that a lot of people agree upon. In theory, it'll seem real good. Let's just say this treaty will pretty much side with Palestine. And Palestine will get the Golan Heights back. That's going to happen. Biblically, it will. Then, supposed to be a 7-year treaty, so about halfway through, unless they've already signed some weird treaty and this is the halfway point, but anyway, about halfway through, they're going to break it. And it really is going to go all loose. A lot of things are playing out right now. Like, one of the things is that Russia is playing some kind of a game, and all of a sudden, Ukraine's actually going in and getting in there. Yeah, they couldn't do that for a long time. Is it because Russia has their sights set their sights on something different, and now they don't care? Maybe. They are going to side with Iran, so there's that. Again, this is the 8th of August. Less than 3 months. 2.5 months. Well, 3. And the elections are going to be coming down. Whether or not they happen is a mystery to be seen. Because Again, if the war gets big enough and heavy, they can declare martial law and there won't be an election. And you can best bet that pretty soon, it's already happening in Europe, there are going to be some big major protests here because of the war, the Palestinian thing, the Golan Heights, all of it. I knew I'd be alive to see all this happen. And here we are. It's all unfolding right in front of you. But like I was telling my friend, you're not going to go on TV and see any of it. Because like I said, predictive programming. People getting too scared. So what do? You don't do anything. You don't say anything. You don't rattle feathers. You leave you leave the DEFCON level where it is, 3, even though it's been 2 or closer to 1. We're not going to move that. You got to keep people calm as long as they can. And people will say to me, well, the war you wanted is getting ready to start. Not that I ever wanted it. I just knew it was going to happen. When was the deal? Nobody knew when. So, this is going to heat up pretty soon. Israel has canceled all their flights into Tel Aviv. Well, all that. Most Middle Eastern countries are locking down planes. We have some friends that are over there right now. Supposed to come back on Sunday. They better make it earlier. Well, Sunday, no, I get stuck there. I have another relative who does something with, I forgot who, but he's been living in Georgia, Russia forever. And I'm like, brother, aren't you going to get out of there? I'm still there. Because, excuse me, sorry about that. But people don't believe anything that people like us tell them until they see it happen. But I'm not seeing it on the news, and you're probably not gonna until it's too late. So I would say that it's probably be pretty soon time to get your stuff together. Now, one of the things that kind of bugged me a little bit today was Pastor Paul was doing his normal videos and his normal buy this, buy that. Now, this is supposed to be a crucial period, right? And what's he saying? Don't forget the webinar. You can still sign up. This is time to cancel a webinar and just tell people what you've been wanting to say. Also tonight is Mike from around the world. It's going to be interesting what Mike has to say about the water event. Some people are poo-pooing it, about the earthquake. They're actually talking about bigger earthquakes happening. So there's a lot of things that are coming down the line right now. Now, I'm going to go into this and tell you this because I don't live near it, but I know where it is. And there have been, probably 200 to 300 little mini earthquakes down in what they call the Grapevine. Now, the Grapevine is in wine country going down south. That's where James Dean crashed his car in the fog. It's the Grapevine. And that fog can be thick. I've driven it. And the old James Dean story was, I forgot how fast they were driving. A lot of people forget that there was a passenger in that car with him. And he told Dean, hey, watch out, there's a big rig coming our way. And James Dean said, oh, don't worry, he sees us. And the next thing they know, they're in a big wreck and James died and the other guy lived. But that's where the Grapevine is. There was a 5.2 there, but they didn't say Grapevine for that. That one was just close. But all the rest of them, the little 2.2s, 3.2s, all that, that was the grapevine. So that's a lot of earthquakes. 200 earthquakes? Wow. The way the news is coming out right now, especially on YouTube, man, I would be so ready. It wouldn't even be funny. Ducks in a row, geese in a row, whatever you want to call it, I have them in a row. Because these are going to get hot and heavy real quick. This is the holy war. This is the one. This is the war that everybody talked about. So for all the atheists out there that don't believe in the book, well, whether or not they're making this happen, it's still happening. Kind of like what Bob Fletcher said, 300 years, 30,000 years, 3,000 years, doesn't really matter because it's all happening anyway to you. Yellowstone, Biscuit Geyser goes off. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. That's all normal. It's never happening forever, but that's normal. No, the thing is venting. Who knows? This whole thing with Putin, though, I think that guy is playing some big chess game. Now he doesn't care anymore about that area, so he's just letting it go because he's going to go with Iran. They're going to come around into Syria and they're going to go after them as a joint power. And supposedly, Iran has something that can actually take out the Iron Dome. So there's something else. Predominantly, I have everything I need, at least short term. I would say I'm fairly set together for that. A lot of people aren't. And they're going to be worried about where they're going to get and how they're going to go. Now, remember, I'm also a moderator of a group, and you can go there if you want to. It's called Planet X. Oh, I already forgot the name of it. It's not my group. Planet X Survival. That's what it is. We are getting joiners out of the yin yang now. So it's either people that really believe that it's all happening and want to know something, or they're just trying to troll the channel. But we have approval only, so you can troll all you want. You're not going to have anything allowed. So anyway, there's that. Again, travel if you have to. Otherwise, I'd work and stay close to home. At least till after November. And then if nothing happens after that, well, then go back to your regular way. Something's going to happen. It's going to be big. But when it does, we're all going to know. And we won't even have to have the internet. We'll all know. But I will tell you this, because I have one in my car. I've got 3 of them, but this is the best one. I have a solar-powered, I've shown it to you, solar-powered shortwave FM AM multi-band radio. Get a solar radio if you can. Get walkie-talkies if you can. And in fact, I got a few more minutes before I have to leave, so I'm going to go show you something in my car that I bought. It's what I told you I bought for my other radio set. So we'll go walk over there, and I will show you what I was talking about. We're going to walk over to the car. I'm going to throw my backpack in the back, and then I'm going to show you the item that I bought. And it was only $90, and for the price, it's not a bad deal. So I'm throwing my backpack in the car now. This right here that I bought is a 22-channel base station radio. Okay? 22-channel base station radio. It's under my seat. Here it is. The microphone's cheap, but here it is. It's even made by Midland. Mike, 22-channel. This thing comes in handy for staying in contact with my other radio, my small radio. So that's kind of cool in itself. That little radio that I showed you, it's 22. The other one I have is 65. So anyway, that was the last little thing I bought. I didn't really need to get anything else. One of the things that I did get though, because I thought I might need it, we have a barbecue, but I got a smaller one that works on smaller propane tanks. And I'm not gonna really ever use it unless I have to. Something happens to it inside the house, you gotta cook outside, you got something. You tell people what's going on, but they don't believe you because the dreaded FB or TV isn't telling them. When I was a kid, we'd come home from school, and the Vietnam War was right there on TV. And they were showing that whole thing to us. They don't do that anymore. They don't want to scare you. So what they're going to do is they're not going to tell you. The only way they're ever going to tell you is if it's big enough. So you have to rely on people like me, better sources and stuff like that here to find out what the heck's going on, because they're not going to tell you on television. Everybody's too into reality TV, game shows, movies. They don't care about the rest of it. And so we want to keep people calm. You just keep running crap off of that. Don't put it on here. No one's going to ever see it, see? That's how you do it. Well, anyway, I don't got too much else to say, but I wanted to cut this out during my lunch. So unfortunately, I had to eat on camera because I didn't have enough time to do it. These are getting hot and heavy, man. Oh, the stock market bounced back. Yeah, Goldman Sachs just bought them up like they always do. They always help them out, push them back. I'm getting gas tomorrow. Make sure you do, because gas is going to go up. Maybe not tomorrow, but fairly soon. That'll be another weekend, and who knows what happens on Monday. So, he hasn't put a video out today, but Canadian Prepper, Greg New York Prepper, those are my go-tos. The other one is, again, Pastor Paul, I don't understand. It could be a very, very breaking story, and he will still give you 5 minutes of infomercial. Brother, you must not think it's that important if you're going to infomercial people to death for 5 minutes. Leave your links, tell your story. Well, anyway, I guess that's about it for me. Like the Boy Scouts say, stay prepared. Be ready. Things are coming down. It's only going to get a little bit hotter from here. Peace.